physician who's had my license for 40 years and had a very strong biochemistry background, I can say, and seeing what's happening with the X39, I can say without a doubt that this is the most significant medical breakthrough in my lifetime.
Aloha everybody, Maria Benardis here. I'm so excited. In about, I think 3 days, yes, 3 days, Saturday, me and Kimberly Palm will be doing an amazing live event. Even though it's live, you can actually watch it after the live as many times as you like. So it's on Saturday. Details are in the description of this video. So this is for anybody that is serious about having amazing health, healing everything in their body, and having the tools to know how to do it. So I will be discussing ancient Greek ways of healing, the way Jesus Christ, Yeshua, healed people. So we have the ability to activate our inner healing and to heal everything and have optimum health. It's one of the reasons why I haven't seen a doctor for many, many years, and healthy. So if you'd like to learn more, description of the video, and I am so excited about it all, and I look forward to seeing you all there, as does Kimberly. God bless you. Have a beautiful day, and I'm going to show you where I am. Okay, have an aloha day and God bless you, everybody. Hi, everybody. Maria Benardis here. Hope you're well. I'm coming today with a very interesting video, and it's centered around trust and surrender. So I've basically named it Fear Blocks Blessings, Trust Opens the Way. I'm seeing this as a real major issue at the moment with a lot of people. Certainly I've experienced the whole trust issue, so this equally applies to me. And I'm going to share some of the tools that help me conquer it and trust Creator God unconditionally, and to build my trust in God on solid ground. So I think all of us need to hear it with all this uncertainty that's going around, mixed messages, mixed stories. There's just so much unsettling stuff happening at the moment, and a lot of people say one thing one day, then change their story. So we're really, being questioned, who do we trust? Who do we trust? And ultimately the end decision will be God and God only, and of course Yeshua, who is the way. So letting go and trusting is the key to new beginnings and also manifestation, whether that's health, happiness, abundance, or whatever your heart desires, and also most importantly of all, manifesting new earth. It is not enough to just visualize and then have doubts and not trust God. So if you don't believe in yourself, that means you don't believe in God, because God is within you. So if you don't believe in God, reverse as well, you don't believe in yourself. So that's a very big component. Belief, faith also goes hand in hand with trust. As I mentioned earlier on, with so much uncertainty and change, it can be very challenging to trust and let go, but that's what we're being asked to do, because that's what a 4D going on 5D person does. You trust God for all your supplies, you trust God for all your answers and all the guidance, and that God is going to guide you to the right people to listen to the right information, and that you're not going to be led astray, as so many people have been led astray. Millions, especially in the awakened community, about 99%, this is shocking, has actually been led astray. They're following people that are promising the medbeds. They're following people that's promising wealth. And they're all being led astray, and they're giving money and they're losing it. And they're really not going to God, where God's going to direct them and say, hang on a minute, maybe you should be listening to Maria's videos. Maybe you should be buying one of Maria's online events, courses, to listen to the truth and to learn how to do it all yourself. And really that you don't need all these false prophets that the Bible talks about. So we're in times of transition. We're all being tested. And it's very helpful to remember that life is constantly in motion. As the ancient Greek, I think it was Epictetus, said, the only thing certain in life is change. And he was absolutely right thousands of years ago, and absolutely right now. So when all this uncertainty is happening, it's really important to stay in the present, because the past has happened. Whatever loss, friendships, whatever it is, it's in the past. There's no point in dwelling in that. We don't know what the future is. It's never guaranteed. God does know the future for each one of us. So that's why we must trust in God that everything is going to work out for our higher good. So it's a bit like the natural pruning process. Just as a tree must shed old branches to sprout new growth, your life must occasionally release what no longer serves your path, to make room for the new and better things that God has in store for you. And this is why we don't focus on the past, and we don't focus on the future and all the uncertainty that's happening at the moment. And we don't hang on every word and date that people are giving us. If that date is coming and it's not happening, these are the false prophets. We need to discern, and we need to distance ourselves and not go back for more, which some people are doing. It's very saddening to me. So when all this shedding happens, and things don't work out, please know that that is God realigning you, and that our journey is constantly evolving. So there will be change, and there will be obstacles placed in our way, as has happened to me many times, for God to test how much does Maria trust me. Because if Maria, or put your name in there, trust me unconditionally, then she's ready for my miracles and for my big presents that I have in store for her. So we are all being tested. Are we going to stay in fear and chase for information here and there and trust people, and do as they say? Oh, and the beds are coming out in April. Oh, we're just going to hang on to that everywhere. Or are we going to turn to God and say, you know what? I'm not waiting. I am an empowered human being. God is my Father, and I am going to heal myself. And there is already medbed technology out there that Maria has told me about. Hello, X39, look in the description. And Maria's given me everything else I need to do, mind, body, spirit. Have a look at my course, my comprehensive course. It's all in there. And as mentioned previously on the video, Saturday we're having an amazing event with Kimberly, where we're going to give you an overview and answer your questions. And then even if you can't make it live, you can join and do it whenever you want. So hit the button below and get your medbed technology, and hit the button below and join us on Saturday. And if not, you can view it as many times after that. So basically, when we have obstacles that come our way, or things don't turn out the way that we want them, this is a new chapter for our lives, a new opportunity that God's giving us, and saying, close the past door, close the future door, focus on the present. Growth requires us to be present and willing to see the opportunities that are unfolding right before our eyes. We have to shift our focus to the present. That's where full trust resides, in the present. So we need to stay open, we need to stay present, and we need to trust that life is moving in what God has in store for us. Your whole life was written in the chapters. And so, if we remember that, then that offers comfort. So if you've got health issues, the health solutions are already there. All you need to do is trust, let go, spend time with God, spend time with Yeshua, and all will be revealed. And if you're watching this video, it's because God has guided you that, yes, Maria has the solutions to your health. Maria has the solutions to your peace. And again, it's all in my comprehensive course. I give you everything that Yeshua and the ancient Greeks said, steps to attain your peace, steps to get your health back, steps to start manifesting, steps to have your optimum, most amazing life. So it's there. It's all there. So the Bible and many of the suppressed Gospels that I have read, and some of them I have attached in my comprehensive course, The Divine Blueprint, which is below in the description of this video links, had amazing teachings on trust and peace. And how do you place that trust in God? How do I do it? What are the steps? So that is addressed comprehensively in the course. However, we are going to cover some points. So very important, a lot of these Gospels and the Bible do say, very important, you got to place your trust in God, or Creator God, Monad, as they are called God in ancient Greece. You must place your trust in the monad and not in human beings. So you don't place your trust in human beings for wealth, to do this, to give you the right information. No, all the right information is within. All the peace is within. All that Maria does is she's here on behalf of Yeshua and the monad to help you remember so that you can activate the health, activate the abundance, activate the life that you want. And again, it's made very clear even by Yeshua, and I have a video on this in the Divine Blueprint, my course, and I attach the actual gospel, where one of the things Yeshua says is, if you want peace, is you got to trust in me and not in worldly things, which means not in people of this world. And I cannot think of one intel person or person making promises of the medbeds where anything has come to fruition. And yet people are still being led astray because they don't have a good solid foundation with God. So we are seeing lots of distractions, as I said before, from intel, from people talking about the medbeds. They have missed the memo that they are already available. Yes, medbed technology is already available. So they missed the memo. They're so distracted by the outside world that they're not going in communion with God to guide them as to what they need to do and what is already available, and that you can activate your medbed within. So again, join us on Saturday. Links in the description. And that's a good introductory event to attend. And then if you want to delve into further detail, then my comprehensive Divine Blueprint course is attached. So let's look at the Bible. And again, there's ancient Gospels that validate this. And what does it have to say about this whole trust issue? First of all, it says that you must have wholehearted reliance on God. And Proverbs 3:5-6 instructs believers to trust in the Lord with all their hearts and to not depend on their own limited understanding. Now, that was something I had to learn. So if you think you know it all those Intel people know it all, that is the ego talking. They do not know it all. The only person that knows it all is God within, that you tap into and you have communion, and Yeshua. They do not know anything about what's going to happen and what's really happening now. And this is why we're seeing so many mixed messages. The second thing the Bible says, it's very important to have peace, in times of anxiety. So that's a form of trust. So Isaiah 26:3 says, promises that God will keep those in perfect peace, whose minds are steadfast because they trust in him. So if you don't have any peace and you're depressed, usually what that means, you're listening to the wrong people, first of all, who are still talking about Intel, and what's going to happen in the future and what's happened in the past. And you're also dwelling on things of the past and racing too much forward into the future. So again, you've got to be in the present. And that's why it was called the present, because it's a gift. You've got to have a solid foundation to fully trust. So the Psalms frequently refer to God as a refuge, comparing those who trust in him to a strong fortress or a tree with deep roots near water. So one example is Jeremiah 17:7-8. So you got to have a solid foundation. Most people do not have a solid foundation. And I'll tell you, how do you know? If you're still relying on people to tell you what you need to do, what you need to say, and you're doing it all the time or consistently, then you don't have a solid foundation with God. You don't have any relationship with God, because people like me should be guiding you. I've done the course, I'm guiding you, and then you take that and you implement it and you take action. If Maria was releasing a course every single week and saying, do this, well, then Maria is leading you astray and making it all about money, which is what most of those people are doing. And then the last very important thing is avoid trusting in human nature. You've got to trust in God's nature. Look at the trees, look at the birds and how they trust, and they're all looked after. So while God is the only and entirely reliable source, let's face it, and Yeshua, because they made you divinely and powerfully. So all you need to do is, get the Wi-Fi connection on the right frequency to connect with them. The Bible still does say and values trust in human relationships. So for example, you're trusting in your relationships with your friends and your family. However, you still need to discern, because some of us have been burnt with friends, and that's where, and family, where we have to sort of lay down boundaries there. So it teaches us that love involves trust and perseverance. So 1 Corinthians 13-7 and encourages qualities like honesty and faithfulness among friends, family, and spouse. Now, although it encourages, it doesn't mean people are going to actually exhibit it. And this is where we need to discern and be very careful. And if we see that someone continually is lying to us, doesn't have our best interests in heart, then we do the forgiveness work and we learn to detach and have very little, if anything, to do with them.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. It all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we are made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LIFEWAVE phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. A patch is applied to specific points on the body where it covers the skin. Infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and its ability to heal itself. On a cellular level, this matters because many of the patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are naturally neutralized. LIFEWAVE. Live long, live well.
So let's go into some key takeaways about trusting God. Number one, trust is surrender, not weakness. So please know that just because you're trusting and you're surrendering and you're letting go, again, it doesn't mean inaction. Letting go of the need to control every outcome creates peace and alignment. So anybody that's trying to control every situation, that's the ego. So very important. So these are very important traits and takeaways of trust that I'm outlining. Number two, fear blocks manifestation. As the saying goes, what you resist will persist. And I see it way too many times. People on their videos, oh, I've got terrible health issues. I've got this. Whatever, they're talking about things and they're manifesting more of that. They're manifesting more fear, they're manifesting more doubt. So fear, doubt, overthinking, and desperation lowers our energy and keeps us stuck. So that is showing that you do not trust. You do not trust God at all. Number three, faith creates openness. So when we trust God, we become more open to more opportunities, healing, guidance, and miracles. And we say, Monad, Creator God, I am open to receiving. I am open to receiving health. I am open to receiving solutions for whatever problem it is. Number four, God's timing versus our timing. This is very important. Sometimes we want things and we want them today. I'm putting my hand up for that as well. So these all equally apply to me. I am not exempt from anything we're speaking about today. So sometimes delays are protection, preparing or redirection towards something better. So, and this is why I always say in my prayers, this or something better, God. Number five, action still matters. So you can't just trust and visualize and then just sit back and do nothing. This is what people are doing that are still waiting. Oh my God, still waiting for the med beds. I just have to laugh now because it's just a complete joke. Really, a complete joke. So trusting does not mean you do nothing. Waiting for this and waiting for that is you're doing nothing. And if you expect God to help you to heal, forget it, not going to happen. And most of these people are getting sicker and sicker, and they will get sicker and sicker. And the very sad thing is many have died waiting. Again, I'm going to say many have died waiting. And this saddens me because I've been releasing so many videos saying medbed technology is also available. And if you're waiting for the celestial chambers, which are 5D based, they're not going to come out anytime soon because we need to be at the right consciousness. So go back and have a look at all those videos. And the medbed technology is in the description of this video. Many that didn't wait, that got onto that, and then followed all my tips because, I connect with everybody that becomes a customer. I connect to give you customized things that you need to do. And you can always reach out to me, have healed. Isn't that incredible? And yet the ones that are still waiting are still whinging, when are the beds, and haven't healed. So very important. So trusting God does not mean doing nothing. It means taking inspired action without panic or force. Again, what you resist persists. Number 6, gratitude strengthens trust. Being thankful before the manifestation arrives shows deep faith. Okay, very important. And, it's in the Bible about a grateful heart and how that is so important. And it also in the Bible, it says God loves a cheerful giver. So you need to express your gratitude, not by, oh, thank you, that was great. No, you need to do it in action, in action. Number 7, very important trait is the importance of inner peace. And again, in my comprehensive divine blueprint course, I actually have a gospel which covers all of Yeshua's teachings, and he outlines the 7 pathways to peace. So true manifestation comes from alignment, calmness, and trust, not obsession or chasing. Number 8, what surrender looks like daily. So what does surrender look like daily? It's prayer, it's stillness, it's meditation, it's journaling, it's grounding, speaking positively over your life, and knowing how to discern to not listen to the false prophets and putting an end to that negativity. So there's some, important little things there that are very important of what trust looks like. I just wanted to share a personal experience. I have many, but I just wanted to share one where I was really tested in New York City before I close. And that was when I trusted people and forgot to check in with God. So I lost my solid foundation and I lost everything I had, and I just had $25 in my bank account. And I withdrew that and gave some of it to a homeless person because I said, God, this homeless person needs it more than me. And in any case, I do have, I think it was 1 or 2 weeks, I can't remember now, on my lease. And I said, I completely surrender and trust you. Whatever's meant to happen to me after 2 weeks, let it be. But I know that you're my Father and that you're a powerful, abundant creator God, and you are going to make a way for me. And never again will I create this kind of mess, because I'm going to come to you always first to get guidance. And I'm not going to follow the man of this world that is tainted and is vibrating low on 3D going on 2D. And that's where most of these false prophets are. Lo and behold, I get a phone call, I'm not kidding you, from my literary agent. And she said, Maria, when can you come in? How quickly can you come in? We have 3 companies that are interested in publishing your book, My Greek Family Table, and, that way we can get a check to you for your advance. I'm telling you, I have never cried so much in all my life, and at the same time celebrated, because that was for me testimony that trusting, sorry, I get emotional about that still, because that was testimony for me that if you trust God with all your heart and lean not into your understanding, lean not into man's understanding and false prophets and intel and all these people promising stuff, and just focus on God and Yeshua, the solutions will come. But you've got to have no fear or doubt and just have complete trust. So anyway, I just wanted, to share that because, that was, one of my worst, lowest moments in life, and God rescued me. Why? Because I trusted in God and not man. So I just have a closing sentence that I wrote here. What is meant for you cannot miss you when you are aligned with God, trust deeply, and walk in faith instead of fear, and focus on the present. So if this message resonated with you, please comment. I trust God's plan, and therefore you're declaring it. So put it in the comments. I trust God's plan, and share it with someone and help someone. Sharing is caring. And again, Saturday we have the amazing live with Kimberly Palm. Again, link in the description. So please, we'd love to see you. Join us and we will be answering your questions. Please also like the video. Please share. Yep, I hope this resonated with you. Thank you, mahalo, so much for watching. God bless you, and please just trust. That's all you need to do, trust.
Hey, oh, you should know. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you do. All that matters is that you kind, spread love, and posit. Me tell you, you are loved. I love you. You could do anything. Go get it. I love you.